Hello everyone, my name is Crimson, and in this video I just want to talk about something that's a little more on the important side of things and just like a very serious subject. And this morning there was a comment that I commented on yesterday. Someone made a video and basically they're saying like, oh, I'm not going to be doing any videos until February until my AdSense goes up and I can't schedule anything. And I wrote, why can't you schedule anything? It's all because YouTube took away my AdSense and I can't put up anything until I get it back. Now, here's the thing that I have an issue with. Is if you're not making money on YouTube as of right now, you shouldn't be worrying about it. Like, all AdSense does is give you the opportunity to make money. Like, that's all that does, and it allows you to monetize videos and you're allowed to make money. But this person is not very big on YouTube. They have, like 60 or so subscribers. The videos get 5 to 10 views a video, and a lot of times they get a lot of dislikes. Now, this is what I'm saying, and this is kind of like what I wrote in the comment, and I just want to reiterate it for you guys so that way I can get this information out there to kind of just inform you on the matter. YouTube, you should, if you're going to be doing YouTube and you're solely into it for the purpose of money, you should quit as of right now. Because no one's going to be making any money anytime soon at such a small level. Granted, I'm still small. I have all my stuff. I have my AdSense, I have my monetization, but I follow the guidelines that it is because at this point it is a job. YouTube is a job and I have to treat it like so. I can't just expect people to like my shit. I literally made a video called Make Me Your Bitch and asked for people, what am I doing wrong that I can, what can I do to make my videos better? Sometimes people just expect people to watch their stuff because, oh, it's Call of Duty, this is popular. Oh, this is Minecraft, it's popular. Yeah, the game is popular, but you're not. You're not a YouTube personality. You're just sitting there going, oh, hello, and welcome to the game. Ooh, I'm playing Call of Duty. You're just playing a game. There's no personality. People are gonna watch your stuff for you, not for the game that you're playing. Granted, yes, that does take in consideration of what you're doing, but for the majority of the time, people are going because of your personality. If you're just expecting people to like you for you, that's not good enough. You need to find out who you are and express yourself in a dramatic way in order for people to like you, and for PewDiePie over dramatic, Jacksepticeye over dramatic, Markiplier over dramatic, Game Grumps, they have two people going back and forth, so that's funny and that works for them. You need to find something that works for you. If you're gonna be someone who's silly, then you better be writing down jokes and coming up with witty one-liners that people are gonna go to. If you want to be a more serious YouTube channel, then you make yourself very serious. You make your topics very serious and topical and interesting that people want to listen to. YouTube is a space where you have an opportunity to express yourself creatively, and doing so will get you, will get people to watch you, because if you're doing something that's very creative, you're gonna draw in a certain demographic of people who are gonna like that shit. Now, in the case of this person, they're just expecting people to come and to view them because, that's what you see as YouTube. And that's not the right mentality going into YouTube. Recently, I made my studio and I finally got people to join in who are going to be set and stable. It didn't start out like this. I went through basically almost 4 months of having to go through people, this and that, until I finally reached a point where I have set and stable people. Now I'm at a point where I gotta do scheduling and time management, and this is something very new to me, but I'm not gonna approach it like how I have to expect it. It's the same way with YouTube. You can't approach YouTube expecting it to work. You have to work at it to make it work. And that comes into the play of like also comparing yourselves to bigger YouTubers. Like, I can't compare myself to Markiplier because Markiplier is 5 years in and has almost over 20 million subscribers. I'm about a year in and I still have about 40 or so subscribers. Granted, it's going slow. It's still growing, but it's taken me a long time. I had to work at my videos. My first couple of videos were were poorly edited, poorly made, not a lot of cuts. If you look at the quality of my videos between like the first couple of videos that I made, not including the Pokemon ones, because that was something that I was trying to become a PokeTuber, which I still am trying to figure out. But you see, that's the thing. I'm still trying to figure things out. Like, I want to go back to that content, but I want to make it better for you guys to view. And it's the same way with like my older videos. Like, if you look at my older videos, there's no background, there's no camera or animation. But now that you look at my stuff, it's cut. Like, it's cut for like the witty one-liners. It has the animated character or camera or whatever it is, and it's so much better quality. But it took me a long time to get to that point, and I'm not expecting people to latch on very quickly. I would like it to happen sooner than expected, but I can't have that type of mentality going into this. It has to be from a point of, I want to do this because I want to make people happy. And I have to go into it with that mentality. If I make money along the way, then that's great. But I can't go right into it expecting people to give me money or to watch this stuff because it'll make me money. That type of mentality will not work on YouTube. Out of all the videos that I've watched about starting a YouTube channel, growing on YouTube, this and that, a lot of people say you can't go into it expecting to get paid, because that's the type of mentality that people have now about YouTube, is that, oh, if I make YouTube videos, I'll get money. No, that's not the issue. That's not this YouTube situation. YouTube is a platform for people to express themselves creatively, and if you get popular enough, then you can make money. Then you become an internet celebrity, basically, at that point. You become a worker for YouTube. By making content, people will watch your shit, and then in doing so, YouTube will get money because people are watching your shit on their platform. You can't go into YouTube expecting to get money right away. Like people who get like the silver play button, that's 100,000 subscribers. There's nothing else below that. There's no bronze. There's no copper. 100,000 subscribers is your first stepping stone into getting YouTube. A lot of the big YouTube channels that I watch have over 100,000 subscribers. And that includes Markiplier, PewDiePie, Game Grumps, Ismahawk, Screw Attack. Game Attack is getting on their way there too. Game Attack is, it was Craig and Bolin from Screw Attack left, made their own channel. They still work with Screw Attack, but they're their own like little company, but they're still growing. And eventually, when they hit 100,000 subscribers, they're going to get the silver play button because their main channel got it already. These channels have grown over time. And like when someone like does something where they're big on one platform, like they grow up and grow up and grow up on their main channel, and then they go and make a separate channel because they feel like this is where they're going to get stuff, those channels are still going to get a lot of subscribers, and they're going to get their own buttons. Taken, for example, PewDiePie and his second channel, Jacksepticeye 2. Jacksepticeye 2 got the gold play button, which is a million subscribers. And that's his second channel, not his main channel, his second channel, to where he got that shit. And that's amazing. Like, getting to that type of point is, that's great because, but you know what? That second channel only got as big as it did because of what he already was. My situation is that I have my main channel, Crimson Kramer, and then my second channel, Cred Studios. Cred Studios is the combination of 4 other YouTubers. I'm not expecting it to grow as fast as Crimson Kramer does, or did, because, it took me a while to get to where I am, and I'm still only at 40 or so subscribers. I'm not expecting Cred Studios to skyrocket as fast as Krimson did, but my issue is that I have to grow up both at the same time, and, how you have to put the time and effort into it. A lot of people nowadays, a lot of the younger YouTubers who are starting in, like, middle school and high school are expecting to get big because YouTube is a big platform and everyone watches YouTube. So they're like, oh, if I make YouTube videos, I'll make money, and I'm still in high school or middle school. That's not the issue. The thing is that you have to work at it and you have to treat it like a job. If you're not mentally prepared and you're not mentally ready to make YouTube a career and you're not ready to put the time and effort into it, you should honestly just give up and quit right now. If you're not gonna want to put the time and effort into it. Someone last night, I remember listening to a podcast, and the question came up was, oh, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to do this, and the person goes, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you see yourself still doing the same thing in 5 years? So if I'm going to start making video game videos now, am I still going to be doing it 5 years later? My answer to that question, like on a personal scale, would be yes. I could definitely see myself making video game videos, but at the same time, the human mentality changes and you want to try new things. So of course I'm going to want to try new things, but video game videos is going to be my main thing. It's going to be the main thing for Krimson. It's going to be the main thing for Cred Studios. And that's what I want for my life, and I'm taking it forward with that and having that mentality. Someone else also last night said, what's the difference between someone who has a successful person and a dreamer? And the difference is time management. Being able to put in the time to get to what you want, is someone who is successful. A dreamer is someone who dreams of success and doesn't have time management. Time management is key in order to making your YouTube channel grow. I don't have the best time management, but I still have time management, which is making my shit grow at the rate that it is. If I had better time management look, growing is different. You need connections for that. You need to, put your shit out there. You need, that one random person to share it with 500 of their friends, and then one random person in that 500 friends to share it with another 500 friends. Like, there are many, many, many ways and things that make your YouTube channel grow, but expecting it to grow just because it's YouTube and it's whatever the subject is, because you're not a big YouTube personality. And some people have to realize that. My video a long ass time ago, which was, Markiplier got hacked, has over 100 views because it's topical and it relates to the situation that happened. I was up mad early that morning. I looked it up and shit went down and I caught it early. Doesn't mean that it's I'm a news person or this and that. It was just, I felt very passionate about that Markiplier got hacked, and I wanted to make a video about it. And a lot of people liked it. And a lot of people viewed it. That doesn't mean that that's my main sake, and I'm gonna hitch that ride. That's not the content that I want to make, so I'm not gonna make my channel about YouTubers that got hacked or serious news. My shit is about video games. Markiplier is a video game YouTuber, so I made my video about that. If I wanted to grow quickly, I would easily just hitch on some big ass topic and, grow in fame, but that's not gonna be me. My personality is that I love video games and I like to play video games, and that's my main hitch. So my channel is going to be about video games, and there's going to be a couple of other things here and there that are important to me, but that's what it is. It's that my YouTube is me. This is my personality. And if someone wants to see me do something serious because it's this and that, if I don't agree with that subject, I'm not going to do it. And if that person doesn't like it, then they can leave, because that's not what they're here for. And I don't mind that. If I wanted to make a news channel, I would easily go and make a news channel. But it's not. It's a video game channel, so I'm sticking with video games. I have my own hitch. People need to find their own hitch. But you also can't expect it to work right away. You have to work at it. YouTube is a job. It could start out as a hobby and then evolve into a job. But you can't go into it expecting it to pay you. YouTube is something that you have to grow. It's not a set job environment. It's not like going to the office 5 days a week and making a salary. You don't get that's not a thing on YouTube. YouTubers make money due to views, view time, likes, dislikes, subscribers. All of that shit comes into play, and that's how people make money. The shortest way of saying it is that every 1,000 views is $1. So if someone gets 10 1,000 views, that's $10 on that video. But that could vary between who watched it for a length of time, who's subscribed, who's not subscribed. That could always vary. But let's just stick with the basics. So every 1,000 views is $1. Markiplier will probably make $500 a day on one video. But he puts up at least 2 to 3 videos a day, each getting about 500,000 views. So that's $1,000 a day. But he's putting the time and effort into making the videos funny, into making them good. He's not just giving us shit. He's giving us quality content that he's proud of, and he's putting it out there. And that is what he has done from day one. There have been times where he felt like that he was just putting up videos because he lost the magic, and it's like, this is my source of income. Because that's the other thing. YouTube is not a job where you can, go on vacation for a week and just let it be because, oh yeah, it'll grow. No, people will fall off. It's like, where'd you go for a week? I don't want to be sticking around for this if you're going to be gone all week. And I fall victim to that. I don't have a lot of time on my hands. YouTube it's what I want my career to be, but as of right now, as realistically as an adult, I should have started younger when I had the time and effort to put into it, but I didn't. But I'm still trying to make it work as an adult. As an adult, I have to fit in my job. I work 5 days a week, and straight 5 days a week. So right now, this is my second day of my 5-day work week. So in between working at where I work, I need to fit in time for YouTube. I need to fit in time for family. I need to fit in time for my girlfriend. I need to fit in time to figure out where I'm going to move. I got to think realistically and be able to perform time management. It's stressful, but I'm reaching that point where I'm making it work. It seems like a lot on my plate, but I have time management and I'm able to make it work. So, that's just my issue, is just, I hate seeing people expecting YouTube to make them money and they're not getting to that point, and they'd rather just be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do it because I'm not making money, blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting to the point that I want to be at. So, it's just very disconcerting and just very disappointing to see that there are people like that out there, and it just, it sickens me. I've been doing YouTube for almost a year now on my personal channel, and almost 2 years on a secondary channel that I did, a long-ass time ago with my friends. They had to fall off because they didn't want to follow the career that I wanted to follow. So, they tried it out, they made it a hobby, and that's fine. But then at that point, I decided to make it my job. And I put in the time and effort into making what I wanted to make. And at the time, it was slow. It was very slow, and I didn't know what to do. But I had to learn. I had to adapt. I had to figure out what people liked. I had to get into the mentality that people aren't going to watch this because you're not well known. You have to make yourself well known. You have to put the time and effort into making the content. If you're going to just put out a video just straight out of just without editing, 95% of the time, you're not going to get anywhere. There's going to be a lot of pauses. People don't like sitting through pauses. You have to cut it. You have to have more witty one-liners. You have to talk. You have to talk clearly. You have to talk in an audible, good setting. You can't just, if your mouth is full of gauze and shit, don't be talking because people can't understand you. And on top of that, if you're going to be talking, talk directly at the camera. Don't be looking around, moving the microphone everywhere because, people aren't going to be able to understand you. There's a lot of factors that come into it. And some people, a lot of the younger people out there just expect people to like their shit because YouTube is a popular domain where people can make content and they expect to make money at such a young age. That's not the issue. It's I'm guaranteed that if my little brother would put the time and effort into making a YouTube video for Minecraft, I'm pretty sure he can get up there with the bigger YouTubers and stick with that Minecraft shit. He doesn't do YouTube because it's not what he wants to do. I've talked to him about it, and I'm like, oh, if you ever want to start YouTube, just come to me. I'm pretty sure my brother would be able to do it because he knows what he's talking about. He has his clique of friends that he can do it with. My brother can grow with a great YouTube channel if he puts the time and effort into it. But he doesn't want to be a YouTuber, so he doesn't want to do that. Like, but he already knows what he would want to do. I've talked to him about it before. It's just the career choice that he doesn't want to go down. So, like, I know what I want to do. I need to push that forward. I need to get out there. I need to make connections. I need to put the time and effort into making my channel grow. You can't expect your channel to not grow. To grow if you're just going to expect it to grow. That's not how YouTube works. And that is the issue that I'm having, and that is why I'm ranting the way that I am. It's just... It's just a... Like, it's not that it doesn't make sense. It's just like, that mentality won't get you anywhere, and it's just flabbergasting that that's what people think is going to happen in this day and age. That if you just expect it to happen, it's going to happen. No, that's a lazy-ass mentality that I did not grow up with, and I'm tired of seeing people, like younger kids, grow up with that mentality, and me being a millennial being grouped in with that. A millennial, like the millennials of my age, of like the 20 and over, we have this shit hard. We're in an economy where the economy isn't good, and we're still trying to make it work. That's why, like, a lot of my friends still live at home, because they don't have the money to be able to move out on their own, because the economy sucks. I am fortunate to work in an environment where I make $17 an hour. Granted, I only work 32 hours a week because my job sucks, but I make it work for me. I make it a staple that I need to pay my bills and this and that. I can't be spending my money willy-nilly. Like, it all comes into play. Like, I can't even go into it, because I'm just so, like, flabbergasted, and just, like, it's a stupid mentality that a lot of these younger kids have, and it's something that needs to be talked about. Success doesn't happen right away. Success is where it's what you work for. Like, Demi Lovato. Does anyone know what her first show was? Barney. Does anyone remember her from Barney? No. You have to be told that she was from Barney. And then from that point, she grew. Granted, Barney was a big thing, but I'm pretty sure there was shit under Barney that she had to do that she did at a very young age. Like, look at the kid from Stranger Things. I forgot his name. I just know on the show his name is Mikey. He was on Game Grumps, and recently he was talking, like, he's 14 years old. And I'm pretty sure Stranger Things is like it's his main thing that led him to success, but I'm pretty sure he had other things going on before that he had to work at. And he's only 14. He has that correct state of mind to where, this is what I want to do with my life. How do I get from point A to point B? And he works at it. And he's 14 years old, and he makes more money than I do. And he's 14 years old. If I had that type of mentality and I knew what I wanted to do at 14, I'd probably be a rich, successful YouTuber right now. But I'm not, because that's not what happened in my life. But I'm still trying to make that shit work to the point where it can happen. And I just hate seeing people expect it to happen because they compare themselves with these big-ass YouTubers and not be able to get to that point, because it's like, oh, I'm never going to reach Markiplier's level. Yeah, not now, but in 5 years or so you can. Markiplier started YouTube 6 years ago. Look where he is now. In 5 or 6 years, you could be that successful. In 5 or 6 years, you can be half as successful. But you have to put the time and effort into it. Like, you're not going to get anywhere if you're not going to try. And if you're not going to try your hardest, then just give up and just quit. Because having that type of mentality is not okay, especially for the platform that YouTube is. Like, for example, I would give a great example, and this is something personal, would be my dad. My dad, for a lot of my life, he was a carpenter. He worked at construction jobs, and he did what he could. And then, at some point, he started doing, he wanted to get into real estate. But did he expect to just know real estate shit? No. He worked at it. He did school lessons at night. I remember seeing him in our den late at night, sitting on his computer, writing down notes, wearing his glasses, and doing these courses to get to where he is at now. Now he does real estate and he does carpeting because that's what he wanted to do. He has an office, he does what he can do, and he's, he became successful because that's what he wanted to do. Another example is my mom. My mom makes jewelry. She's pretty jewel. And at first, it wasn't like, stable business and she had a lot of stuff. Now, and she made her little office right in the front hall of the house, which was kind of like the store too. So people would, her friends and stuff would come in, look at her jewelry and, buy them right there. Now my mom does stuff online. She ships internationally. She had her stuff in a store before the store got shut down. Like, she became successful because she worked at it. Both of my parents worked at where they wanted to get to, and now they're happy and content. My mom's front hall is just filled with jewelry that she makes all the time. And it's nice. She's got stands. She's got like these old wooden crates to make it feel like, because she likes like old New York stuff, like 50s and like 70s New York. So it feels like that, like when you walk into the front of the house. And it like, if she wanted to, she can pretty much go and like, if she wanted to rent out a store and decorate it the way she wanted, I'm pretty sure that's what she would do with the store. She's not at that point yet. But I'm pretty sure my mom is working to that point. Although she's happy and content working from home so that way she doesn't have to go and spend a mad money anywhere. So like what works for her works for her. And her platform is the internet. People buy shit on the internet. She mails it out and that works for her. Like, she made it work for her. My dad made it work for him. And now I'm trying to make it work for myself. But they planted the idea in my head that if you want success, you have to work at it. You can't just expect success to come out. And that is pretty much the greatest lesson that my parents have taught me, for growing up. Something that school will never teach me. Nothing that, like maybe other people can tell you. But my parents put that idea in my head that success comes from hard work. And with that one statement, it has changed my life drastically, and I thank my parents for that. I go to them, I visit them, I appreciate everything that they do for me and what they have done for me to get me to the point where I'm at now. And it just sucks seeing young kids not have that mentality, not being taught that lesson. And I guess this video is kind of like throwing that in your guys' face as someone who I want people to look up to me for advice and stuff, is just have the mentality of going into something of that if you want to make this successful, you have to work at it. And a lot of people don't want to put that effort into it, but that's the truth. That is the cold hard truth, that if you want something to happen, you have to put effort into it. And that's what this video is. It's just, I'm ranting, but I'm being very honest with you guys. I don't want this to be a fucking shit show or me complaining or this and that. I'm being honest with you guys, and this is a life lesson that I want to share with you guys on the internet. And a lot of people don't get that lesson. A lot of people don't receive that lesson. Maybe you're told it and you don't listen to your parents, but you listen to someone else. Like, that's what I want to do for you guys as of right now, as the viewers and someone who wants to go into YouTube as a career or anything that you want to do as a career. You have to put the time and effort into it. You can't just expect success to come and be handed to you on a plate and served to you like a 5-star restaurant. You have to work at it. You gotta be like Ratatouille. You gotta be fucking making food in the sewers. You gotta fucking fall into someone's hair. And you gotta, like, be good at what you want to do. But you have to put the time and effort into it. And just before I close, and a great example of that, and it's a TV show, but it's kind of like it'll fit into like a real world situation. iCarly. iCarly is a show about 3 kids who wanted to make content for the internet, and they did. They put the time and effort into it. They didn't go into it with just a little ass camcorder and this and that. No, they made a set. They got cameras. They got laptops. They had the resources available to them, and they were able to push forward and to make their shit where they wanted it to be. And if you don't have the time and if you don't have the resources that you want to make your content at, improvise. Like, when I do my podcast, like when I see people like on TV and on the radio, they have these really great ass microphones with, the nice ass pop filters. They got like studio style microphones, but that shit doesn't come cheap. That shit's expensive. They had to work at that point. Right now, I use 2 blue snowball microphones set up to catch it at the same to catch audio at the same time, so I can get a room full of people to be talking. Which is why my podcast comes out the way it does. Everyone's talking in front of 2 separate microphones, but but that's the quality that I have right now. I can't afford like studio style microphones. I have to improvise and work with what I have. But I'm making it work. And if you don't have the resources, but you have the capability to attempt to make it work, then do so. If you can't make it work, then find a way to make it work. Whatever it means be. Whether you have to emulate something, whether you have to, buy this program or download this program or do this software or something that isn't necessarily easy, but you want to be able to make the content, you got to do it. Like, my laptop isn't the best laptop, but it works for what I have right now, and eventually when I get the money to buy a computer, I'll be able to do the stuff that I want to do on a grander scale. But I'm making my stuff as best as I can on the platform that I can, and I'm making it work. If you can't make it work, or you don't want to put in the effort to make it work, it's not that if you can't make it work, it's that if you don't have the resources to make it work and you're not going to put in the effort to make it work, then give up. But if you're going to put the time and effort into making something that you want to succeed, then you're going to be successful. Then you're going to be able to push yourself to the limit, and it's going to be hard work, it's going to be stressful, it's going to be long-ass nights, it's going to be long-ass days, it's going to be, I don't want to do this. But if you want to be successful, you got to push yourself to that limit. So, in closing, if you want to be successful, you have to put the time and effort into it. You can't just give up. You can't just quit. You have to be able to put the time and effort into it if this is the career that you want to follow. And if not, then you're never going to get anywhere in life. So, in closing, that's all I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for listening. I know I rambled on for quite a while, but if you guys enjoy this, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know anything down below. Like, I want you guys to be able to comment on this video in particular. If you guys have any questions or stuff, I'm here to help you answer that. If you guys want advice, I'm here for that. Let me know in the comments below. I will give you advice as much as I can. And don't forget to subscribe to my other channel, Cred Studios. This is where me and my 4 friends, Ricky, James, and Tess, are basically, we're 4 YouTubers that want to make content for you guys on a all-on-one channel. It's my studio, so like this is my creation of it, and I would really like it if you guys can come and support us over there, and it would be grateful if you can subscribe to them and watch our videos over there. We got more content coming soon, and that's all I have to say, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, good gaming, and God bless.